I went on a date with this guy, and I went to his house, and like we'd been on a few dates. This was like maybe like the 5th date or something, and I went to his house. I hadn't seen him in a while, and I wasn't really sure. Like I was at that stage, I was like, I don't really know. Anyway, he was a guitar player, and he was like very good at it. But one thing about me is you do not want to try and impress me. The second you try to impress me with something, I will be disgusted. Like I can't explain why. I will just immediately get the ick. You have to pretend like you hate me. No, I'm only joking. Don't do that. But like, you just have to act cool. Otherwise, I'll get the ick. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm at his house, and like we've been talking for ages, whatever. And I feel like he's like he wants to have, you know, fun time with me. And so he starts like doing this thing with my hands, like, oh, let me see, you've got such nice fingers, and then like doing this, and I was like creeping out. I was like, how do I get out of here? I don't want this anymore, like, bye. And then out of nowhere, he pulls out his guitar and he starts playing Love Story by Taylor Swift, and this is not one word of a lie. And this is like what not to do with me. And I was sitting there, and I'm pretty sure I couldn't hide my disgust on my face. Like I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And so I went to the toilet, and I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I was like, I'm just gonna say, I've gotta go. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna go. So I walked back, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna leave. And it was so awkward, and he walked me out the back. I ran through a spider web, because this house obviously hadn't been tended to in a while. And I went into my car, and I was like, holy like, thank God I got out of there, because like I could not have gone through with that after he played me Love Story by Taylor Swift on the guitar in person, for real. No. So I went through this period in my life where literally every man I kissed or slept with or whatever would tell me after the fact that he had a girlfriend, or I would find out somehow that he had a girlfriend. And you know, that happening once is enough, but this quite literally happened 4 times within the space of 6 months. The first time I was out with my friend, and we were at a club, and this guy was like all over me, we were kissing, blah, 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 everything was going well, and then it was like 5 a.m. and I was like, okay, I've got to go home. So we went home, and then I think I followed him on Instagram or something, and he like didn't accept my request. I was like, that's really weird. So like I went on Facebook, and I was doing some stalking, and it turns out he had a girlfriend. And I was like, what the? Anyway, so that was the first one. And then the next one I slept with, and I was literally in bed with him. And right after, he was like, oh, by the way, I have a girlfriend. Why did he tell me that? I'm not really sure. Maybe he felt guilty. But the weird part was that he then said he had a girlfriend, but then he was like, okay, should we go again? I'm like, but you just told me you had a girlfriend. Like, in what world would I then sleep with you again? Like, that makes me guilty by association. Nuh-uh. So out I went. And then another time, this was a bit different. Technically it wasn't cheating, but it was almost cheating. He had a girlfriend, and they had been together for like 6 months, and he lied to me and told me that they had in fact broken up when they actually had not. And he was like, do you want to come over? Like, let's catch up, let's do something. And we knew what that involved. We knew that that was more than just like friendly hanging out. And I think in the messages, yeah, like we literally said it. And then something just didn't sit well with me. I was like, something feels really off. I don't know what it is, like something, I just have got a vibe here, got a vibe. So I went on to what I thought was his ex-girlfriend's Instagram. All I had to do was watch her story, and she was quite literally with him whilst he was messaging me saying that he wanted to me. Like, wow. What a period of my life, honestly.
Like, I get, like, you know, people have a bit of fun. Like, usually, like, some people just don't want to date for the sake of it. They want to have a bit of fun under the sheets. I get that, I do. But why would you sleep with someone and then proceed to be like, oh, but I have a girlfriend? You'd be like like, if you were the other woman, you'd be like, oh my God, I feel so awful right now. Because it's not your fault. How the hell would she have known? I mean, he has the decency to go, oh, actually, should we go again? I'd be like, no, you can get out of my house. I'd be so annoyed and really disgusted. And I know a lot of time people are like, oh, I don't want to get involved, but I would literally just screenshot some of the messages and just send it to his girlfriend. Especially the one that she tried requesting. I'd literally be like, that is disgusting. Like, you are so nasty. Because if the girl finds out, like, she might, obviously she's going to be so upset either way, but she might go and take it out on this poor woman here and be like, you're this, you're that, like, you knew he had a girlfriend, and you'd be like, no, I didn't.
Thanks for watching Storytrender. Don't forget to like and follow.